Mechanical automated prosthetics. Not a subject that many talk about often, in spite of it becoming a larger part of society around the world. It changes the way people live and their view of the world as it gives them their mobility back. Like many things, it has faced many advances in the recent years, making it more affordable for everyday people to have one. Prosthetics have almost always had a large simplicity to them, unlike those of fantasy, such as the one on the screen. In the past, they often were a match what we see as stereotypical jokes for the pirate group: peg legs and hooks. Sometimes there were metal blocks that are in the shape of feet or hands with maybe one movement or two in the fingers or the wrist. However, advances made in the past few years have made those fantasy designs less fantasy and more reality, with companies creating multiple generations and versions for certain tasks such as holding a pencil, a pen, or grabbing a doorknob, or even tying a shoe. Simple things that are actually very complex tasks for machines to do. Each of these generations or versions come with a new design or a different function, some operating completely different ways than others, and others combining previous movements for increased functions, with groups like DARPA and Bionics at the head of this movement. An example would be on screen C is a combination of A and B. Mentioning DARPA, they are one of the most progressive leaders in this field, designing a series of prosthetics limited so far to the arm that are capable of sensing touch. This technology, once more affordable, making some mechanical automated prosthetics are more responsive and natural to the user, increasing the value of their life to them, their outlook on it. They have also created a more sleek and lightweight series made for smooth movements and more human appearance. This helps the user feel less self-conscious and more natural when around others in private and in public, making them happier, improving their outlook on their life. And then there's Be Bionic, a more public and less science and military focused group that has created multiple series of prosthetics. They're most widely known for being pioneers for the advances they've contributed towards seemingly mind control prosthetics such as those on the screen. They're controlled through sensory of the muscles. It's becoming more and more common for everyday people to be users like the man in the picture of these automated mechanical prosthetics, technology that is heavily needed for people like him who without it must fully change the way they live, altering their outlook on life, making it quite a miracle to many people around the world. Through the use of sensors placed around his shoulders, torso, and back, he can control both mechanical limbs at once as if they were his own without the need of surgery. Although it does take time to become accustomed to these limbs, more and more people are accepting of this choice than many of the others that are out there that still limit them. As our understanding of our biology and as we approach the technology called claytronics, we can see a future surgically replaced limbs as a reality. One of few to no defects or limitations that any other person wouldn't have for these users to keep their life as it was. Although I've shown little of anything else, there have also been advances in other areas as well. For starters, legs. Not the normal wooden blocks or the springs that athletes use, but durable prosthetics with the same sensory control as the arms I've shown, allowing people to walk more naturally. But most versions don't look as appealing as those arms, and that is due to the difference in the needed strength. With legs, they need something with durability to hold the person up as they walk throughout the day, but without a large amount of extra weight added, exhausting the users, making it a constantly progressing field that will take a lot more time to catch up. Best of all, though, it's not just large companies with millions at their disposal for research and better technology. There are people around the world using 3D printing to create their own low-cost prosthetics such as that on screen that people have made at home on their own. Such civilian advances allow people such as this child to have more mobility and freedom in their life instead of feeling that they just have to make the best of it. In this case, it was a father who had worked on personal prosthetics for himself due to a workplace accident. He was able to make one for his son, who was born that way with his fingers missing, allowing him to play with both hands. The prosthetics of the present day, however, go beyond the do-it-yourself 3D prints and automated limbs. A few years ago, we reached the point of being able to make those who have lost their ability to walk, such as the man in the picture. And one day we could get to the point of where we're able to actually replace the spine itself, allowing them to walk without the cumbersome weight. Many other companies have also taken interest in the field as the technology has become more available and affordable so that they may provide for their athletes so they may continue to play the sports they love and not be forced into a new grouping such as the runners had to do in the past for being called cheaters for their sprained legs. We have also reached the point of going inside the human body. We have had prosthetic aids and lungs for and the heart in the past, but all were either cumbersome, fragile, or limited. We are now becoming able to replace organs with technology, removing the need for a matching donor, saving millions of lives around the world who need these. But these mechanical prosthetics don't only help us humans, they also aid birds with damaged beaks and wings, dogs and cats and horses who have lost limbs and have even led to mechanical dorsal and tail fins, allowing a large range of small and large amphibians to swim once again, improving their lives as well. In the years to come, the technology for the current prosthetic arms is expected to be at its summit of its run before we move on to the next levels. Prosthetics for the legs will likely catch up to the current arms as well as those for organs that are expected to become more simple and to be placed and used. With a decade or two, we will begin to make more lifelike prosthetics more affordable for the public and continue to improve them for the years to come after increasing our understanding of the body and mind, along with technological advances such as Claytronics, improving it overall.